Dr. Andrew Cormier, I have a question for you. Where's the videos? Where's all the videos? There's only 4 now. But your whole page was about Elizabeth.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Amaomi, aka Petite Diva, and this video is all about the back and forth between a woman and her ex-husband. So a woman came online, she posted a video of her baking her birthday cupcakes and how she was crying that she's a single mother and feeling a particular kind of way on her birthday. Now, that video went viral. It has over 63 million views, and there were so many people understanding her situation, while other people were calling her out and saying that she was exaggerating the whole situation. Well, her ex-husband actually saw the video and saw how viral it went, and he decided to call her out. So he decided to share a lot of information about the lady in question. He said she was a scammer, she was a liar. He also said that he had full custody of their kids. He said she was also owing $21,000 in child support because he has full custody. Any which way, the lady in question had to make videos to explain more about her situation and also defend herself. She also made a video telling people not to dox her ex-husband, especially putting out his details because of our kids' safety.
Hi. I want to first start this video by saying this is not to bring a single bit of hate to Andrew, and I will never do that. I haven't done that on my page before, and I won't do it now, no matter who he is, which has always been the case because I will never bring the parent of my children down, because that's not okay for them. Putting the things on the internet for my kids to one day see because of who he is, I will never do it for them because it's not the right thing to do. And Andrew has created websites, TikToks, essentially everything since I left him. I think that is probably the Scientologist aspect of his life. If you go on the website, there's actually Scientologist links.
Hello everyone, I just want to come on here real quick and clear up a few things that has been obviously a very recurring theme on the page. Number one, I'm not a Scientologist. Don't even know how that came about, other than the website, but I didn't create the website either. So both of those things, Scientology, never been one. The website, I did not create. So those two things, nothing to do with me. Last thing is the name, Inventing Elizabeth. It is about a show on Netflix, Inventing Anna. If you haven't seen that show, I highly recommend going to watch it before watching more of my videos or commenting on my stuff. That show is about a woman who was a con artist and a scammer. So my name is a reference to that show. Again, I'm out of town, so I'm not gonna post much more until I get back, and then I'll be showing a lot more evidence, things like that, because I'm not gonna post hearsay things or show you text messages. Yeah, I could show you a bunch of text messages over the years and things like that, but at this point where this is at with this level of the story, if you will, it just needs to be straight facts from here on out, and that's all you will be getting. So stay tuned. Peace. And I just want to clear up the injunctions. They're just temporary injunctions. None of them actually were credible. None of them were ever imposed, because there was no evidence to be found in any of the cases of any domestic violence. So I just want to make that clear. Again, I'll talk further about those individually and their own posts, but I did want to briefly clear that up so there's no confusion on that. And lastly, yeah, I have had my daughters, full time for the last several years. So as you go through my page, a lot of it is, pictures or posts or things like that. It's very little me talking into a camera, because when you have 2 kids, 1 kid full time, you don't have a lot of time. So it's even hard for me to get away and, make the posts that I have the last, couple days, doing stuff like this. I do think it's more effective, so I'm going to start doing it this way. But in the past, it's not as been as time effective for me to be able to do this, because again, I do have them full time. So I just want to get on here and say thank you this morning. Appreciate all the support. Really means a lot to me. Throughout the process, it can be very challenging, especially dealing with everything. So I really do appreciate the support. So thank you. I know a lot of people reached out and had different questions about the process and about child support and different things like that. I know every situation's different. Mine was, very unique to say the least. So I'll definitely try and, talk about how, my situation went, and, what I did.
I want to make something extremely clear, the clearest that I could possibly make it. I do not want anyone sending hate to my ex-husband. I know people think that that is a way of supporting me, but it's not. Going after his job or his home safety is never something that I want, because that does affect my children as well, and that's not helpful in this situation at all. So that's something that I'm really begging everyone not to do. I never wanted any hate against him. As you can see, all of my past posts are always just me being a mom, being with my kids, or posting food or whatever else I could possibly post. I haven't used my page to bring any hate on him until recently defending myself. So bringing that to him is not something that I want either. So all I ask is that you don't do that. You don't go after his career or his house, because that also is hurtful to my children. Thank you.
The plot twists in this one just keep twisting. You watched this video, right? Of the single mom, Elizabeth, crying, making herself cupcakes, alone, single mom on her birthday. And the internet was there for it, right? Half the world was like, why are you filming yourself crying doing this? Like, go out and have some fun, babe. And the rest of the world was really sympathizing with her because, that sucks. Then her ex-husband rolls out and says, no, don't believe her at all. She is a terrible person, a terrible mother. He said that she owed $21,000 in back child support because he actually has full custody of the kiddos. He said she faked cancer and grifted $1 million off of somebody. Next plot twist, she comes back to TikTok, makes another video, says her ex-husband is abusive, and the only reason she signed over her kids was to get him off of her back. And at this point, I really started to get Micah Miller vibes, right? Like, what's going on here? Turns out, I should have seen this coming. Ex-husband is a Scientologist. Now listen, I was born a 3rd-generation Scientologist. I'm out now, and I know inherently that does not make him a bad person. However, you know what I think does make him a bad person? Using Scientology's fair game, which is their policy to attack their enemies. Literally, he's going by the playbook against his ex-wife. We need to talk about this website. This man has an entire hate website about his ex-wife online. That's so weird. And it asks the big question, who is Elizabeth? Who is she? Well, you know how I know that reeks of Scientology? That is literally the line they use when they take out smear websites against their enemies. No joke. Look at this one. Who is Mike Rinder? Who is Amy Scobie? I mean, it's so well known that I look at my SEO. Look at what's up here. Number 1, who is Liz Gale? Because I know how important that is, because they will come after you using those exact terms. So I just think it's really important that we point out here that we have a religious man literally using his religious policies to attack a woman, convince the whole world she's insane. Why? Because she dared to cry on her birthday. And listen, yeah, I think it's even more appropriate to cry if you don't even have custody of those kids. Like, what a reason to cry. How terrible. Anyway, what do you guys think about this crazy situation? I take no pleasure in this, actually. This is dangerous ground. For real. For real.
Now, a lot of people had things to say about the whole situation.
Okay, this whole inventing Elizabeth has me in a chokehold. So if you're not aware, just quick little lowdown, there was a woman who went viral. Her name was Elizabeth, and she was like baking for herself, made a video, and she was crying because she's a single mom and she had to make like that cake for herself. Got millions and millions of views, and then her ex, Andrew Bandrew, came up to bat and was like, oh my God, she's lying. I have full custody of the kids. She's a psychopath. Like, I mean, making like all of these outrageous claims, saying how like terrible she is as a woman, as a mom. It was like, she's fooling all of you guys. His account is literally called Inventing Elizabeth, which kind of should start telling you something. He created it in 2022, and his whole account is like to take her down. But people were like on his side, and they're like, oh my God, what a whoa. He brought some receipts that didn't look valid, but she like brought some receipts. And when I tell you this woman is a victim of narcissistic abuse, holy crap. And then people are like, oh my God, well, if the court says one thing, it must be true. First of all, we don't even know what these documents are true or not. And he has a shit ton of money, okay? And she was like a stay-at-home mom, so when she left, she like doesn't have anything. Okay, textbook abuse of like, okay, well, I'm gonna win in court, because I'm sorry guys, if you have money, you're gonna win in court. That's how it works. Or if you say outrageous claims and then they have to look into it and it's an investigation forever, and it's even if it's not true, that's abuse. Okay, like this man has dedicated websites to the mother of his children, which she does have, and makes like happy cute videos, but his whole time is spent trying to destroy her and take her down. And that, my friends, is abuse. And that, my friends, is why people have such a hard time leaving their abuser, because years of mental and emotional torture comes to follow.
So in the situation with these two, the crying mom with the cake and the ex-husband with the response, I see it a lot different than most of you guys all do. And I'm watching all the videos, and this is where I'm going with this. I worked in the police department for almost 27 years. The first part of my career, I was an undercover in narcotics, and I did searches for the second part of that. That's why I'm always showing you guys different searches to do. The second part of my career, I ran a detective squad. I ran it for almost 10 years. I also did domestic violence. I was on 2 re-engineering teams for the NYPD. I have a lot of domestic violence training, and this is where I'm going with this. When this woman's account started, she started an account living her best life, drinking her Starbucks, making dinner for her kids, having all kinds of fun. She never mentioned her ex-husband. She doesn't mention him. She doesn't talk about him. She doesn't talk about his family. None of that. Never mentions any of that. He started his account called Reinventing Elizabeth. That's very suspect to me, because he puts on a lot of evidence, but he never shows the whole thing. He just shows little snippets and little pieces. So her account is just based on her living her best life, and his account is based on destroying her. That's red flag number 1 right out of the gate. Red flag number 2. These are going to be seen by their children. So she's always posting like all these cute little videos with her and the kids just having fun. And again, he posts stuff that his children are going to see in the future. And his family and friends and their children's parents. Did you ever hear of King Solomon? I know they don't teach a lot of this in school anymore. King Solomon, there was 2 women that had a baby, and they both said the baby was theirs, and King Solomon couldn't figure out who the baby's mother. So King Solomon says, I'm going to cut the baby in half, and you can have half and you can have half. And the one mother said, yes, I cut that baby in half. I'm taking mine. That's my baby. This mother turned around and she said, no, please don't cut the baby in half. Please let the baby live. Let the baby be okay. And if that's how the baby has to live, I just want the baby to have love and just live. King Solomon knew that was the mom. I want you to look at this. This woman did not start coming out and defend herself, and she's still not attacking him. She's more defending herself until everybody and this man really went wild. His account started back in February of a couple of years ago. Through all of the videos he put up with her, She never ever came back. It wasn't until she did the crying on the cake video and people really started to attack her for lying. I don't know if she is. I really don't, and I actually don't think that she is. Because let me tell you, why is his whole thing is reinventing Elizabeth when she wasn't even attacking him. She wasn't even mentioning him. She's there drinking Starbucks. Oh, look at this berry Starbucks. It's delicious. Why is he so triggered like that? Triggered by that? That is something that malignant narcissists do. That is exactly something that they do. That is how they operate. And does she owe child support? Yeah, I believe she does, because you know what? I've seen it with my own eyes. I've been in situations. Courts can be manipulated. I have seen this so many times through what I do at work. I literally have seen this a lot more than I'd like to say. So no, I think he's a malignant narcissist. Based on the evidence that I've seen, I'd like to see it all to really get a better picture, but that's what I think's going on. And I think he probably had better resources in terms of money and attorneys, and that's how they manipulate the court system. But that's what I think. So before you cast judgment on people, I would be a little bit quick to step back from this one and kind of take a look at the whole picture, because this, it does not add up. And in my opinion, it does not add up in his favor. Not one drop. Not based on my experience. So, and I'm not taking a woman's opinion, because I'm telling you, I've seen this more often. It's the man that gets screwed by the woman. But in this case, I think the woman is getting, kind of getting the bad end of the stick from the guy. So I hope that helped. Take care. Be well. Bye-bye.
So just real quick, for everything that disappeared yesterday, what I was saying at the end of that video about $21,000 in child support, what I was saying is this same man is saying that this woman doesn't have a job and therefore doesn't have the ability to pay said child support. And as a doctor of optometry, the only reason child support would be ordered in this case is because he has full custody on paper. But it's just on paper. And as a doctor of optometry, does he really need that money? Or is he using that amount to punish his former spouse for having the audacity to leave him? See, healthy parents understand that if one parent isn't doing well financially, the kids usually aren't doing too great when they're with them. That's what a healthy parent thinks about. An unhealthy parent thinks that child support orders are a way to leverage and punish the former spouse for having the audacity to leave. You see it every day, every single day. So
it is time for another tea talk. I don't know if anybody is going to watch this. I just love talking about tea, and I want to talk about that lady who was crying on her birthday because she couldn't see her kids and she had to make her own cupcakes for her birthday. Everybody felt sorry for her until her husband came in, her ex-husband rather, and he had the receipts, honey. He said she does not have custody of these kids. I have custody of these kids. She does not even pay her child support. She's a terrible person. She scams people. She lied about having cancer. She comes back and says he's actually abusive. I only signed over custody of my kids because he promised he would leave me alone, and he won't leave me alone. I still get to see my kids sometimes, and he has restraining orders out on him, and also he's a Scientologist. And yes, that is relevant. I will explain. So now people are like, oh, who do we believe? What's going on? Here is my take. There's only so far we can go on this because both of these people are weird. The first person I thought was weird was the ex-husband. Yes, his receipts were impressive, and I thought that lady's bonkers. I still think she's probably bonkers. But there's a difference between being bonkers and weird. And I thought the ex-husband was weird. My first inkling was his username is the ex-wife's name. He named his page after the ex-wife, so he is dedicated. He's dedicated. He's dedicated to anything that has to do with her. And that's weird. It's weird to do that with your ex. So then I started feeling uncomfortable about the website he made about her, because it makes sense to make this website if she is scamming people so that you can help people not get scammed. But if she got in trouble for it and she served her time and it's over, why are you still paying for this website? It's just the combination of these two I found to be iffy. So then when the mom comes in and says that he has restraining orders out on him, I was like, yeah, that checks out. He is an unhinged, obsessive type of person. And I believe her when she says that he was abusive. And even if you look at some of her old videos, it really looks like she's a woman who came out of an abusive relationship. And then the Scientology piece. Scientology, I'm not saying this because it's a weird practice. I'm saying it because they have a policy that kind of checks in with what he's doing. It's called fair game. And what he's doing to Elizabeth is fair gaming. Fair game is a policy in Scientology that says that you can make somebody's life a living hell by any means possible, by any means, you know, if they are deemed to be somebody that the church does not like. So some pretty heinous things have occurred by Scientologists because of this fair game policy. They have since deleted the policy from their actual, like, whatever books, text, rule book. So I don't think they do things as severely as they used to. Like, they used to, like, literally unalive people. But they still do the fair gaming. You know, they just wanted to be able to say, no, we don't do that anymore, but they still do it. Send you harassing mails every day, slander your name in the press, try to prevent you from getting work and opportunities, send black cards to follow you so that you'll feel paranoid. They'll do anything to just make life very unpleasant for you. And a tactic that they always do is they make a website about the person they don't like. His website is so Scientology coded, it's not even funny. He even links back to the Church of Scientology. The thing about their slander websites is that they often lie on the website. You know that thing where you do like 2 truths and a lie? That's kind of their MO. I don't know what he's lying about. He may not be lying about anything, but some of his receipts could be lies. Some of his receipts are definitely true. It's just, you know, Right, so we know the ex-husband's weird, but now let's take a look at this mother. Because some of the stuff that she did, some of these fraudulent things and scams, girl, what you thinking? That you Ocean's 11? Like, what? But what is most weird to me is that she was willing to sign over custody of her kids. I mean, yeah, he was abusive. She wanted to be done with him. She wanted his harassment to stop. That makes sense. What doesn't make sense to me is you would sign over legal right to your kids because he verbally said he would leave you alone? I don't know. Again, I'm not saying either of these people are lying about anything. I don't know. I'm just saying there's probably more to the story than what either of them are letting on. Both of these people have serious issues. As far as we go, it's as simple as this. She posts that video. That video's not hurting anybody. She's just sad on her birthday. People are giving her well wishes. Her ex is petty and unhinged. He does not want to see people saying anything positive to her. He does not want to see her getting any kind of success. He's basically trying to cancel her, okay? And it makes him mad when he sees she's going viral for something cute and endearing and people are being sweet to her. So he tried to bring that to a close. He tried to dead that. Hell no, not on my watch. He said, not on my watch. He was being petty. She had a sad, cute little video. People liked it. He's mad people liked it. He's being petty. And we are all witnessing some juicy tea And we've now realized, oh, this goes a little bit deeper than what we're qualified for. So this is where we as the audience need to take our leave.
You know, when I saw Elizabeth's original video where she was crying and she was making herself cupcakes and she was talking about how hard it was to be a single mom on your birthday because you have to, you know, get things ready and you have to make sure that your kids feel excited for you. I was assuming when that video went viral that it was going to be just thousands of people saying like, girl, you're doing good, you're doing so great, you're doing great. And to see the amount of people that went in on her and crushed her soul. I mean, crushed her, blaming her for being a single mom, telling her she's just acting like the victim, telling her it's her fault she's a single mom in the first place. All those women in her comments saying, I still do the same thing and I'm married. Those people are disgusting. And if you did that, please unfollow me because that's some shit. Okay, because there were thousands of single moms who felt the exact same way and you crushed them too. But then we get on the whole train of her ex-husband making videos. His whole page is called Inventing Elizabeth. Literally videos about her. And he comes online and he spews some bullshit and you all eat it up. You eat it up, you eat it up. Why? Because it fits your narrative. It fits your narrative that she's a shit mom and all this like crying and whining and trying to make it about herself. She's such a narcissist. That fit your fucking narrative. And you know what you did? You fed right into a narcissist. Congratulations. And you were the worst fear of domestic survivors that are terrified of getting out because people like you will always believe their attacker. People like you will always side with the narcissist. And that, my friends, is why so many women stay in abusive relationships.
Hey, there's a video going viral about a woman who says that she's a single mom who has to make her own birthday cake on her birthday just so her kids can make her feel better. And like, to me, that is a very sad video. Nobody should ever be a single parent no matter what, you know? So I really fell for her on that. But then it turns out that the ex-husband came out and exposed her for lying about this entire time. It's actually the opposite. This woman is not only not a single mom, but she's kind of a deadbeat. Like, according to the ex-husband, he has full custody of the kids. Like, she does not see her kids at all. Like, he has weekdays, weekends, holidays, academic breaks, you name it all. He's with his kids 24/7 while she barely sees them. And it gets worse for her. The husband showed us proof that she does not even pay child support. In fact, she owes like $21,000 in child support. And I'm like, how do you owe that much in child support? You don't pay a dime in child support? I'm surprised you're not in jail right now. And she's also a scammer too. According to him, he said that she got arrested for check fraud. He even pulled up the police report in her mugshot where she literally stole almost $1 million from somebody. That's crazy, man. And then he goes on to expose her for faking cancer. And I'm like, oh my gosh, yeah, she's a horrible person because you faked a terminal disease that has taken the lives of millions of people. And then he goes on to say that she's always going out and that she doesn't have a job. So that's probably why she doesn't pay child support, because she's unemployed. That is ridiculous, man. But yeah, this woman is a con artist, bro. She really had all of us fooled. She had me fooled. I actually felt bad for her, but after hearing this, I don't feel bad for her no more. Like, she's a scam artist, bro. She's not only a deadbeat, she faked having cancer too. I still can't get over that. You faked having a terminal disease. Yeah, I don't feel bad for you at all. But yeah, if y'all haven't seen the video, I'll tag them down below and y'all go watch it because it's the evil world we live in, man. Just stay safe, y'all, because, yeah, just stay safe.
You guys, by now, I'm sure a lot of people have seen what's going on between Elizabeth and her ex-husband. Elizabeth is the girl that was making a cake or making cupcakes, crying, saying essentially she's making her own cupcake so that her kids can celebrate her, even though she's sad. Then her ex-husband went and exposed her, in which he also has an entire page called Inventing Elizabeth, where he talks about her. He says that she faked cancer, owes child support, that he has full custody, and that she's a liar. Additionally, in those posts, he would share a link to a website that had more quote-unquote evidence against Elizabeth. He is now somewhat backtracking after she shared her side of the story, saying that he is not a Scientologist, he has no idea where that came from, and that he did not create the website. Now, I don't know if she's telling the truth or he's telling the truth, but originally when his video came out, a lot of people were seeing where he was coming from. Now, he is getting a lot of hate comments on his videos because people think he's actually the one in the wrong and that he's tormenting Elizabeth. So just a gist of what Elizabeth is sharing, if you haven't seen, she's basically showing evidence of all the horrendous things he's doing to her, including a voice memo or a voicemail where he tells his daughter that Elizabeth wants nothing to do with them and that she's blocked them, in which she has shared that she loves her daughters, spends time with them, and that it's not true. Also, in other screenshots, you can see that he was inviting her to Disney and she declined. Also would blow up her phone and essentially manipulate everyone in her life. This is honestly very messy, and people are saying that he's really a horrible person, especially because he has dedicated a page to talking about her for multiple years.
Ignore the screaming stuff in the background, my kid's playing a game. Why are people acting like because someone has a past that invalidates what they're saying they're experiencing now? I think her main point was that when she pictured being a mom, this wasn't how she pictured it. And we don't talk enough about it. On top of that, he came out the woodworks trying to shine her in this horrible light, and she was just posting something she experiences as a single mom. And I want to say something else about him bringing up these court papers and stuff. Do you know how often you go into child support court and it asks you about overnights and this, that, and the other, and situations are different when you go into court, and they can dramatically change in 30 days, 90 days, 6 months. The situation that it may have been when they went into court may not have been the situation it is now. And even if they had 50-50 custody, right? Being a single parent looks different for everybody. Some people would say being a single parent means that you get no help, no co-parenting, no nothing from the other parent. Some people would say co-parenting is, being a single parent is literally being able to co-parent, but you're just not together. So you're still a single parent doing the best you can for your kids, while your co-parent is being a single parent on their side, doing the best they can. Some people would say you could be a single parent in the same household with your partner, your spouse, whatever the case is, because you're carrying the brunt of the emotional, the physical, the financial needs, all of that of your children. Being a single parent looks different for everybody. And this woman came on here, made a video about something she, in that moment, was experiencing. And evidently, she was just having a bad moment on that day. And people twisted that. Her baby daddy came out of nowhere and twisted that into something that it wasn't meant to be. She didn't turn around and mention his name. She didn't throw nothing at him. She just said and posted a video about what she was experiencing in the moment. And I don't understand how that is then becomes a bash campaign. I don't understand that. The fact is, she's got videos of her kids, so it's not like he has his kids 100% of the time, because if that were the case, you wouldn't see her with her kids. I don't understand it. People are acting like, I seen the mugshot, right? Why are y'all acting like y'all have never done something fucked up and you don't turn around and put that in a shoebox and hide that in the very back of your closet and hope nobody opens that box up? I got a mugshot. I shoplifted from Walmart. I didn't even get caught. The girl that was with me got caught. So then I turned myself in so she could go home to her kids. And I took a charge. She took a charge. She got a felony. I got a misdemeanor. I had to bond myself out. She didn't have a bond. There was no mercy shown for me. A bunch of mercy shown for her, and she fled the state. And I dealt with my charges. But does that make me less of a mother? Does that mean that I'm not a single mom? When it came to my older kids, absolutely I was a single mom. I got with my husband, and the first 6-7 years, that shit was rough as hell. And my husband would sit here and wouldn't even debate that I was still a single parent. There's no way he would debate that. But it looks different for everybody. And I just don't understand how this woman posting a video of how she's making herself a cake for her birthday and was crying because she was like, I'm, having to make it for myself so my kids can be happy as they present me with a birthday cake. she's just pretty much saying that this wasn't how I pictured it.
So I went and did a search on TikTok and I couldn't find it. So if anybody has that video, please share it. Like if they screen recorded Elizabeth's stuff. So she posted it over the weekend because he had the kids over the holiday weekend, and either Friday or Saturday night, she said she was asleep and she had the notifications on her phone off. And so the next morning she got the voicemail and it was him saying, you know, oh, I hope you didn't block us. Your daughter wants to talk to you. I hope you didn't block us. And you can hear the daughter in the background, and she's young. So she's probably like 5 or younger, like maybe 6 or younger. I'm not sure, but she's young. And she's crying in the background. She wants to talk to her mom. And Andrew is basically saying that she doesn't want to hear from you. She doesn't want to hear from me. She doesn't want to hear from anyone. And she probably blocked us. And he was saying like, you better not have blocked us or something like that. So that's not word for word, but that's pretty much the gist of it. And after she posted it, like, she's like, look, this is like what he's doing. This is what I'm getting. She was asleep, had notifications off, and you can hear him in the call, like in the voicemail, using like emotional abuse tactics with his own daughter, to just like make the daughter feel like the mom doesn't care at all about her. And that's also forced parental alienation too. So he's probably doing a whole lot worse than that, you know, because nobody's recording stuff constantly and he's not making that information available to the mom, Elizabeth, all the time. So it's probably a whole lot worse than that. But yeah, hopefully someone had the foresight to screen record that post. But Elizabeth took everything down. Like, she took down most of like the screenshots and the recordings and stuff like that. She took that down yesterday. So she's just like trying to step away, trying not to antagonize him. But yeah, I think he's running scared, and I think there's just like too many people that see right through his BS. And all the people that like want to vilify her, I mean, there's plenty there to vilify her for. Like, you know, she's made some mistakes for sure, but there will always be people on the narc side. We know that.
One thing about the inventing Elizabeth situation that I want to talk about is, so that guy, her ex-husband, has posted all these receipts of her. Nothing that he's posted points to her being a bad mother, okay? He's posted that she lied about having cancer. Okay, people lie all the time. Men have entire affairs for decades, okay? That's lying. People lie. And then that she owes child support. How would she pay child support? He was a doctor. Why does he owe, why is she getting child support? But the thing that really set my alarm bells off is the fact that he has 100% custody, 365 days a year, no holidays. And then he posted a screenshot of the stipulations of how she could get visitation of her children back, and one of them was to have a job. To have a job, pass a psychological exam. Like, you don't need to have a job to see your kids. It is your right as a parent to see your kids. Do you know how many people have, usually it's the dad, doesn't have a job or has a drug problem? Like, you can have supervised visitation. I'm not saying that any of this is ideal. I'm not saying that it's good to lie about having cancer or it's good to owe child support. I'm saying that as a parent, we have a right to our children. Whatever lawyers he had that sent her through the loop and got him 365 days a year of custody, no holidays, I've never even heard of that. The other thing he posts about is something to do with like the landlord of his business building and how she, like, also, I don't care. Like, post some receipts of her being a bad mom, of her being abusive. Why can she not see her kids? Why 365 days a year? Why do you have those children? No receipts about her being a bad mother. No receipts about her being abusive.
People were on different sides. They were on the ex-wife's side, they were on the ex-husband side, especially as the more information was coming out, finding out that apparently she had been arrested before. The ex-husband brought out a mugshot and talked about all her past mistakes. Now, some people called out the ex-husband because they felt like he was giving out narcissistic vibe. Another set felt that the ex-wife should not get any sympathy, that if she lost full custody of her children, then she must be a really terrible person. Personally, for the birthday video, I felt like it was put out there just to trigger emotion. I felt like it was kind of dramatic of her, but because a lot of people bake their birthday cakes. And it's not such, the concept of baking your own birthday cake, whether you're a single mother or you're in a two-parent home or you are just single, it's not something that it's not a concept that is strange. A lot of people do that. I baked my own cake before because I know how to bake an ice cake. It's a way some people use to save money on buying a cake. So it's not a concept that is too strange. But when I look at the context of things, I realized that she might have just been feeling some emotions that day. Probably she did not think that this was how she was going to be. She did not think she was going to be a single mom. From things that have been said, she was a stay-at-home mom while she was married to her ex-husband. So probably she thought of, after all the things that she had gone through, that she would now settle as a traditional wife with her husband and her kids with her 24/7, and her situation is not like how she dreamt about. So she probably was going through that emotion, and she let it all out and recorded it. So that's what I felt about that video. Now for the ex-husband, when I checked out his page, my narcissistic identification radar was just beeping like strongly. Like the whole page was just giving me weird vibe, narcissistic vibe. His page is literally named Inventing Elizabeth. When you click on it, it's Reinventing Elizabeth. When I first found the whole story and I checked out his page, I was just looking at it and I was like, what is going on? Because there were some things that just made me just realize that he is probably a narcissistic person. First of all, like I said, the name of his page is Reinventing Elizabeth, or Inventing Elizabeth. The lady's name is Elizabeth. And under his bio, he's just saying his truth. He's just putting things out there to warn people and the rest. I also saw that he wrote his Cash App name, I think, for people that want to support him, when his first video, which I did not see, where he brought out all the information about the lady. I did not see that video. But I think that one went viral and he probably deleted it or something. I tried to look for it, but I couldn't get that video. After looking at that bio, and I looked at the other videos that were still on his page as at the time that I located his page, and it was practically about that girl and trying to expose her. So many things. There was pages of website as a post, things that she has done on the website, things that she has done as a post. There was also a video where apparently is the voicemail of, or is the voice of our conversation of childminders or babysitters that were giving, that was saying that she's a particular kind of way. I didn't watch a lot of the videos, because I was, like I said, my narcissistic identification radar was already beeping and I was getting a bit triggered. So I was just like, why is this man obsessed with exposing his ex-wife? What is going on? Your page is literally about your ex-wife. Meanwhile, on the lady's page, she's just doing her own things, sharing, trying to be a content creator and influencer. She's just sharing things, talking about things. I saw when she talked about, I think it was the Met Gala, and she's just trying to enjoy her life. And his whole page was just about exposing her. Now, when I first found his page and got the videos that he watched, I don't know what made me just download it, and immediately I saw it. I was like, usually I would leave it till I'm ready to prep for my videos, but I just said, let me download this thing because I don't understand what's going on, and this man might delete it. Lo and behold, some hours after I downloaded it and I was trying to like just check on things and see any update, I just noticed that he had deleted some videos, and I was like, okay, what's going on? He left like 3 videos. Then some minutes after, or maybe a couple of hours after, the other videos were removed, and he had a new post. And here's the only post that is now on his page.
Dr. Andrew Cormier, I have a question for you. Where's the videos? Where's all the videos? There's only 4 now. But your whole page was about Elizabeth. Where did they go? Most of us have already seen them. I'm just trying to figure out what happened to all of those videos. See, at first I was thinking, oh, well, maybe him and Elizabeth had like a little heart-to-heart and realized that, you know, he should probably take all that shit down. But you still have 4 up. So what's going on with all the videos from before that video? You know, like the 2 years that you have been, you know, harassing her. Where are the videos? Where are the videos?
In that post, there were some things that just, I don't know whether to say triggered me, but just gave me, just annoyed me. Because he first started with the fact that, oh, people are not ready to listen to the truth, that they are just forming their opinion based on whatever they want to form their opinion. So in his mind, he is right on all counts. He also talked about the fact that he has tried to use the justice system to prevent her from harming people, from doing things to people. And I'm like, wow. And then he stated he was the sole financial provider and safekeeper of her kids. I was like, wait a minute. The kids, are they not his? I thought they were theirs. I don't really understand a lot of the concept, because some people are saying that she has some kids that are not his, and those are the ones that she shows in her videos. I'm not too sure, but the way he said of his ex-wife's kids, and I don't know, like I said, my narcissistic identification radar was already beeping, but with this one I was like, okay, what's going on? This guy is really thinking he's something else. I don't understand why he's so hell-bent on destroying his ex-wife. You are an optometrist, you're supposed to have money, and that's probably why she lost her kids. She was a stay-at-home mom, probably doesn't have any job, because in some of the court documents that he said, before she's able to get partial custody of the children, she has to get a job, she has to do this, she has to do that, and the rest. And so that was one of the things he probably used to bamboozle her, because in a video, there's another video where she talked about the fact that they didn't really go they were not really in front of a judge, but probably his lawyers had already put fear in her and said she probably will never get it. So she just gave up because of the fact that she did not have a job, and probably she did not have she did not have money or anything that is going to give her leverage. So that's why she probably signed the document that gave him full custody at the time they got divorced.
I think that it's getting important that I discuss some things about me as a person now that I have gained a decent amount of followers, and I don't want anyone having a misinterpretation of like who I am as a person, especially if you're following me. I posted those videos to defend myself, and I genuinely feel that was the right thing to do, to defend myself against everything that is going on about me on the internet. I have tried really hard to ignore the online hate for almost 3 years since that video was posted. But in terms of myself, I don't want to act like I'm a perfect person in any way, shape, or form. I've made mistakes in my life. Yes, I did get arrested. That's not something that I've even remotely denied. I've actually touched base on that before on my page. I went through some pretty bad mental things as I was about a year out from getting divorced. And then when I left, even worse. I was going out all the time. I made a bunch of mistakes. I wrote a bad check, which in turn got me arrested. I have tried ever since to pretty much rebuild my life, and I don't know if anyone has struggled with anything mental illness wise, but if you have, you know that it's really hard to come out of anything like that, especially when you're being torn down at the same time, to rise above and to keep going, and to keep making the right decisions. But I will proudly say, without a doubt, I know who I am. I know that I'm a good mother, that I love my children. I know that I devote my time and life to them, regardless that I've made mistakes. I was 16 when I had my son, and no hate to his father whatsoever, but I was a single mom at the age of 16 years old. I have struggled since, probably with just like being emotionally just distraught, I guess you would say, up until I left my marriage and I needed to get like mental help to be okay. And then I did, and I have no problems owning up to any mistakes that I had made. And I'm sorry that anyone feels like I made mistakes that make them question who I am as a mother, but I know who I am. I love my kids. I also don't, like, I didn't get on here to bash my ex-husband in any way. I got on here to defend myself, and that's another thing that people are struggling with, is that I'm saying I'm not talking about him, but I did. But my whole page has never been discussing him whatsoever. I never cared to. I never wanted to bring him down, no matter the amount of pain that I was feeling. But I also got to the point this past week where, like, I did not have a choice to defend myself.
Now, his last post, the only post, I don't know if by the time this video is up, he has deleted it, but the last post that I saw on his page also made me feel like he had been threatening her with those kids when they were in the relationship, because she also talked about the fact that he was abusive. So I feel like he probably had threatened her with those kids, and she stayed for as long as she could before she decided to be free. I signed up the custody of our kids to him. Then again, past the fact that she has been arrested, it would have been very hard for her to even win before a judge at that point in time, because everything he would really use to get at her, the fact that he's an optometrist, a care worker, he's probably earning thousands and thousands of dollars as an optometrist, he was obviously going to win custody. But she would have gotten visitation right, or she would have gotten partial custody, I don't know. Any which way, I feel like his last post, why he posted it after he had done all the videos and the rest and then deleted it, is because people were now defending the lady. Like I said, that video that she was baking a cake has over 63 million views, and subsequent videos that she has been uploading have been getting a lot of views. I checked her page and I saw that she has almost 300,000 followers. I don't think she had that before the video went viral and the back and forth started. I saw that subsequent videos after the viral videos have been doing very, very well. She has been having millions of views. She has been having hundreds of thousands of views. Her previous videos were having like just tens of thousands of views. Now she's having like hundreds of thousands of views, 400,000, 500,000, 600,000. A lot of people are watching and supporting her. So she's well on her way to being an influencer that will earn a lot of money. And I think that's what triggered the guy. He was so angry that she's going to make thousands of dollars if she starts getting brand deals and if her videos are doing well and she's part of the creator fund. So that triggered him, and he was on a mission to make sure that she doesn't achieve that. That is a clear sign of a narcissistic person. Even after you have left them, even after they've done all that they want to do to destroy you, and you leave and you begin to progress, they'll be like, no way, you cannot progress, you can only progress with them, and they'll try to destroy you. And that's just basically what the ex-husband is trying to do, or was trying to do. But the fact that the script was flipped and a lot of people started calling him out, a lot of people started leaving comments that are not too nice, which made the lady do that video where she was telling people to not send hate comments to the ex-husband. Now, I don't know a lot about her background, but I appreciate the fact that she admits that this is what she used to be, and that she has learned her lesson and she's trying to be better. And from the videos I saw that she's really trying to be better, because on her page she barely talked about the guy before the guy started his mission to expose her, to destroy her. And that's his page. The videos that he deleted, some of those videos are as far back as 2022. So he has been trying to destroy her, expose her for a long time. But on her own page, you don't see anything about the guy. She doesn't even talk about the guy. Like I said, the viral video triggered the monster in him, and he was hell-bent on destroying her completely, and felt like, okay, he's going to ride on the viral video. And it's worked. A lot of people saw his videos before he deleted it. But based on what is going on, I don't know about their past, but based on what is going on, he looks terrible and she looks like a saint compared to him. Now, like I said, I don't know about the scamming thing, about the lying thing and everything. But based on what is going on, the guy is a terrible person, and she's looking good in this situation. Now, I hope she's able to get herself together and probably hire lawyers to help at least get partial custody of her kids, because I don't think that those kids should be with the guy. The guy is manipulative and I don't trust him at all. He's going to try and hurt the kids just to hurt her. So I feel like she should gather herself together, get a good lawyer, and try to get at least partial custody of, or shared custody of, her kids. Now, that's my own opinion about this whole situation. I don't know what you guys think about it. I would love to hear your thoughts about this issue. Are you team Elizabeth or are you team Andrew? I think that's the ex-husband's name. Do you think all that is going on is right? Do you think the ex-husband is right? Do you think the way the ex-wife handled it is a very good way or it's a bad way? Do you think the ex-husband was having some kind of having an obsession about his ex-wife, and now that he has deleted it, do you think that he's going to let everything settle and just move on with his life? I would love to hear your thoughts, so please leave your comments in the comment section so that we can get this discussion popping. Now, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you are not yet subscribed and you like videos such as this, please consider subscribing by clicking on the red button that says subscribe, and don't forget to click on the bell notification icon by the side so that you're notified anytime I upload videos. Now, with all that said, thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.